Seated at a hilltop, surrounded by the wilderness, watching the labyrinth of hiking treks in the valley downstairs, something mystical happened, elevating my spirits, filling me with an unfamiliar serenity. Nature's bounty overwhelmed me with a sense of fulfillment. I found a new me. I wasn't very excited when my father shared that we are going to Missouri during Dashera break. The pre boards next month, the board exams a few months later, and some unsolved issues had been preoccupying my mind for quite some time. The idea of a trip didn't exhilarate me at that moment. I was feeling lost in life. However, seeing the excitement around me, I couldn't muster the courage to express my reluctance. After a few days, I found myself in the foothills, watching the sun say adieu as it disappeared in the far horizon, and the birds finding their way back to their roosts. I could hear the sound of the water cascading, but couldn't manage to locate it. I followed the voice of the water, climbed down some steps, and finally reached the stream. I've always loved to sit on the rock beside the streams and just enjoy the scenic beauty. But what was more fascinating for me was the marine life. However, you couldn't see any fish in the streams as they're often shallow and continuously flowing. So I walked down the hills until I reached the lake. There I could see the fish swimming and the plants swirling underneath. I sat there, mesmerized, observing the fishes swimming in the lake. The distant stream reminded me of Tennyson's verses: Men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. My surroundings had for a moment distracted me from my own mental chatter. I was one with nature and seemed to draw strength from around. I felt alive, and the discomfort I was feeling simply vanished. An inner voice seemed to whisper, Life is so beautiful. I was overwhelmed with this sense of gratitude and appreciation. It was all so amazing. All this brought back a desire, which a few days back I had swept under the carpet as a trash idea, to create my own aquarium. I already had a small aquarium in my room, but I wasn't quite satisfied with it. It was a basic one, it had artificial plants and soil, so I couldn't get the real warmth of nature. I had been researching for a long time to create my very own, all natural aquarium. The long cherished desire to have my own natural aquarium infused me with much excitement. The search and research occupied me for days. Now you see, natural aquariums require a lot of dedication and diligence. It isn't cheap either, but I was determined. I realized that the local stores are not so well equipped and the owners have limited knowledge about marine life. So I shifted to the internet. Some videos showing globally acclaimed aquariums left me mesmerized for days. I spent a lot of time on YouTube watching various videos on fish keeping. One of the channels that fueled my hobby was Green Aqua. It has one of the most beautiful planted aquarium galleries in Europe. It introduced me to what's called aquascaping. This term means the craft of arranging aquatic plants as well as rocks or stones or driftwood in an aesthetically pleasing manner within an aquarium. In effect, gardening underwater, or as it is known in Japan, nature aquarium. Underwater plants with enchanting colors and unique landscapes make these aquariums appealing. The focus is on healthy plants and the underwater ecosystem. I spent a lot of time watching various tutorial videos on YouTube. I was really intrigued by this art. I often coaxed my parents to watch some of these videos. Initially disinterested, they eventually started to like these videos and were happy to see me so passionate about something. Eventually, I had clarity and confidence about making my dream aquarium. The right amount of CO2, correct pH level of the water, the right kind of soil, the fertilizers, and the depth of the roots. The list goes on. After almost a month of meticulous work, I built my aquarium and gradually added the aquatic animals. I was captivated by this miniature underwater world. What was more thrilling was the experience itself. Finally, I was able to bring a small element of nature into my room. I sit in front of it for hours and enjoy its beauty. It is an ever changing world, a universe in itself, its state constantly evolving. I experienced shifting from the state of existence to coexistence. After a long, strenuous day, my parents love to sit beside it. But it isn't an easy job either. It comes with its own bunch of challenges. You need to be very particular about its maintenance. I have various types of fishes and snails now, each of which come with their own issues. If you aren't aware enough, fish die, parasites thrive, algae grow, and sometimes compatibility issues erupt. At first, when I added the fish, the aquarium looked so lively and vivid, but after a week, most of the fish died. I had a hard time figuring out what went wrong. Soon, I realized that the tank first need to be cycled, which is commonly called the nitrogen cycle. This process has 5 stages that may be complicated for some to understand at first, but being aware of this cycle is basic knowledge which every hobbyist is expected to know. Once there was a parasite infestation in my tank. Like this, there are many other common diseases that fishes could get as they generally undergo variety of stress before ever making it into our homes. Since time immemorial, interacting with animals has been associated with holistic well being among humans. Animal companionship has been linked with enhanced physical and emotional well being. In fact, research has indicated that many people choose to keep companion animals for reasons associated with physical and mental well being, such as lower blood pressure, reduced loneliness, and increased emotional support during mental health crisis. An aquarium would help people with Alzheimer's to increase their food intake or calm the anxiety of patients waiting for consultation. That's why you see aquariums in some doctor's room, dental clinics, and children's hospital. They impart solace to those going through stress, injury, illness, and depression. The effect that nature has on our senses is very positive and powerful. My aquarium has quite a few many admirers as they enjoy the colorful fishes swim, dashing through the water and the leaves swaying in the gentle waves. But they tend to overlook the effort that goes for its proper working and the pain which I often experience when a fish dies or a plant withers. My friends often ask me, why so much effort on just an aquarium? Although I understand their perception, I fail to make them understand mine. When you think about a pet, what comes to your mind first? A dog? Perhaps a cat? But rarely a fish. Fish is not a favorite pet. We rush towards hills to escape the chaos and commotion of the city life. Why not bring nature into our homes? In this fast paced life, having your own aquarium is just a call away. You can contact a pet store and they will build a custom aquarium in a jiffy. But what's the fun in that? Creating your own aquarium from scratch is totally different. Through this process, you build an emotional connect with your aquarium. The sense of fulfillment you derive is beyond words. The struggles that I had with fish keeping made me grow and learn about various virtues. For example, when I read that the tank first needs to be cycled before adding the fish, I learned patience because the final results were actually worth the wait. Through this talk, I am hopeful that I was able to inspire you to create your own miniature underworld and thus build a lasting bond with nature. Thank you.